Well, it's your boy Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with another video. Leicester City 1, Tottenham 1. First game of the season. And it's kind of another thing where I'm singing this song again. Back to life, back to reality. Back to reality again for Tottenham Hotspur fans that said that we're going to be third in the Premier League this season. We're going to be looking at the rearview mirror with some of these European teams because we're going to be winning Europa League as well. Maybe we're letting our load too early. Well, which I'm not going to do right now, I'll tell you that for a fact. But when I said that video, when I put that video out and rattled everybody saying that Ange Postecoglou, I'm Ange out and nothing's changed. Who was right? Oh yeah, the main event, the Mr. Box Office. But just to go back onto it, has anything changed? Same old Tottenham. Same old Tottenham, different day. But you can say, from what you saw in the first half though, because this is a match reaction to what we saw today, I only just saw some of the highlights just now because I was doing something else. And yeah, we did dominate. But again, dominate, passing the ball, final third, nowhere to be seen. Yes, we did have chances. Our new signing, Solanke, up front, with Son and Johnson on the right. Not really changed in midfield though. Maddison and Sarr, and then you've got Bentancur in midfield. And the same defence everyone hails as the best defence going when we let in loads of goals though. Van der Ven, Romero in centre defence, Poro and Adoji on the flanks as fullbacks, and then Vicario in goal. The youngsters that we were bigging up, by the way, were on the sub bench, by the way, and we know who we're talking about: Archie Gray and Bergvall, with Richarlison on the bench as well. But Tottenham did start very well, playing a lot, having a lot of possession. We were pressuring them, we were pressing them. And I would say Leicester City, I think there's a lot of things that I've heard with their match reactions that Leicester City gave us too much respect. And we did have chances. In the first half, Bentancur had a chance heading it and Ndidi clearing it off the line. Solanke had some chances. One thing I would watching Solanke, he does move about and he does try and come deep to get the ball as well and try and get involved with the play. But when he comes down to scoring goals, he doesn't look very confident. He doesn't like to take it. I don't see someone that just wants to take ownership. But it's his first game. You can't really judge him on that. But again, I said that he had to hit the ground running straight away. And maybe that was your moment. That's the thing. But we did have a lot of the football and we did have some good chances. One player that really stood out in that first half has to be Maddison. Maddison everything was good about Tottenham Hotspur in that first half. He was the only one that looked like if Tottenham were going to create a chance, it was because of him. He was the only one that was looking for that final pass. And it was only going to be that final pass coming from him and that was it. But when I looked at the other players, it was just always passing it. I've got to be honest, I looked at Son and he just looks a shadow of himself. He didn't look like he wanted to take on a man. He always looked to pass it back. And that was it. We also lost the ball a couple of times as well. Even though all that domination, we lost the ball so many times in defence, midfield, in attack. Johnson was absolutely useless. There was one time in the first half where he won the ball back from Christensen. Then he tries to go upfield and he's looking around and he's not looking to just go past the man or take on his man or just go towards the goal. He's dallying with the ball. And then Christensen gets the ball back. And that's it. So we're making all this effort to press and doing all this pressing and everything else and keeping the ball and doing this. And, with Tottenham Hotspur, they like to score the perfect goal. But we're just, in that final third, we just weren't clinical enough. And that's it. The only player that looked like he was looking good was Maddison. And that was it. And it was from him that Tottenham Hotspur scored the goal. Leicester City went down the other end and they didn't really do too much, even though Vardy did cause a little bit of problems, but they were putting themselves in trouble, let's be honest, in the first half, giving us too much respect. But it's from a Tottenham attack, Maddison starting off the attack, putting down the flank for Son. Son puts it back to to Maddison, and Maddison puts a really good cross in, introvert crossing to Porro, and Porro just heads it in the back of the net. It was a good goal, to be fair. And it's what Tottenham deserved, with lots of endeavour, lots of play, and showing that we've really got that we should have been more up in the first half, definitely. And then we missed gilt-head chances. One chance that I remember, which for me really should have been a goal, was Johnson's chance. I think it was from a corner. It was up in the air, and Johnson just needs to just volley it in the back of the net. He was on the right, and he couldn't volley it in the back, and he just completely mishitted it. Hit it wide. That was a crucial chance for me. And Leicester City were just completely battered, and that was it. Even though I don't think we really had gilt-head chances that, for me, would have sealed the game for Tottenham that first half. So when it's 1-0 at half-time, that gave Leicester City that impetus to go on to the second half and try and change things. But the second half, with the second half starting, Tottenham Hotspur still went back to the same old game. Keeping the ball, doing well with the ball, carving out chances. Solanke missing a diving header. And Maddison being intricate, controlling the play, being patient, Tottenham. But there was a crucial part of the second half. Tottenham Hotspur go down the other end. Bentancur misses his chance. It was good play from down the right between Johnson and Bentancur. Bentancur inside the box, and he's put in good save from the keeper. Really, to be honest, he should have done better. Let's be honest. But then Leicester City go down the other end. They kind of use trying to be more territorial rather than trying to pass it out from the back and trying to use different parts of the pitch to try and cause problems. And that really was crucial in the goal. Good play by Leicester City, a good cross in, and Vardy heads in the ball back of the net. Now, from that play, Tottenham Hotspur were pretty slack at the back. We're losing the ball consistently, and it was just crucial, unfortunately, for that goal. We was really slack. We weren't watching our markers, and that was it. And Leicester City took advantage, and that was it. And people can say it's against the run of play, but again, Tottenham Hotspur not being clinical in front of goal, being open at the back, which is what we've seen in pre-season, really was crucial. And that was the moment when we saw our Tottenham come back from last season. Well, it's been the Tottenham for a long time now. We've completely collapsed. We lost our nerve. We lost our nerve completely. You saw players just losing the ball consistently. Tottenham were just getting all the players getting flustered. And you can see the only team that looked like they were going to win the game was Leicester City. And that was it. It's only because, which was very unfortunate, and for unfortunate incident from, I think it was our corner, Bentancur gets a very bad head injury, and a lot of stops Leicester City's momentum in the game, and that was it. It also gave Tottenham Hotspur the impetus and Postecoglou to make substitutions. Bringing off Maddison, which I thought was, had his best game. Well, he was the only player that was looking like he was going to create anything or do anything in the game. Johnson, who was non-existent. Song still played. Then Sarr came off. Came off. Then the two youngsters, Berval and Archie Gray, came on. Then Kulusevski came on and Werner came on. And there was just no change. There was no change to the game. Leicester City were happy to keep two backs of four. And we still looked very flat. That was it. It was just kind of a flat game from there. Especially the fact that what happened, and luckily, Bentancur looks like he's recovering, but I don't know the full story, what's happened with him. But hopefully he does recover, because it was a very bad injury. I hope some prayers to him, and he gets back, recovers from the head injury, which was a big stoppage. And Tottenham Hotspur completely struggled. They lost their cohesiveness, and it just shown you what the criticism that we were saying over the summer, when everyone was going over the top about our youngsters, and it kind of shown when Berval lost the ball, Leicester City nearly gone and scored the goal straight away. Even Vardy again had a chance that really great save from Vicario, who again saved us again. And really summed it up perfectly when the below average Emil Heskey, aka Richarlison, came on. And from a corner comes in. All he needs to do is head it in the back of the net, and he hits it over the bar. The best chance to win the game for Tottenham, which really, to be honest with you, was not deserved. Leicester City deserved at least a point out of the game. But all the problems in this game was what we were telling you about. When everyone was going over the top, telling me that I was negative, I was taking off WhatsApp groups who are the people who are embarrassing. Those people are embarrassing, and they know who they are. They know who they are, and they know where to find me if they want to debate me. I told you that this was going to happen. But people ignore the main event. People ignore the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, the ratings killer, the nightmare. Because I told you I was going to be a nightmare this season. But all you said to me was negative. But you couldn't say any football opinion. I had someone saying that, are you a Tottenham fan? Again, personal. But you couldn't say anything, you couldn't say any football back to me. But when you come back, when you see that, you saw what I was talking about. I know what the reaction's going to be like. Oh, it's only the first game. Oh, we're going over the top. Oh, no, I'm going to go over the top. The transfer window's not finished yet. Well, your players that you were bigging up, your Archie Grays, your Bervals, weren't even on the pitch. They came on the second half and they still lost a lot of the ball. And we all told you we need experience in this team. But I'm not talking the truth. Maybe some of you Tottenham fans that are twerking for our squad need to sit down and take your medicine. And that's it. Unfortunately, truth hurts. Truth hurts. It's not negative, it's the truth. And the truth hurts so much because how many trophies have we won? 0. That's it. We thought we got trophies already because we got our 2 youngsters in, and the youngsters are failing us as well. You need experience in this team. Especially now, you got rid of Skip, which was a good decision, by the way. Which was a very good decision. But you need experience in this team. And I'm not even talking about just one. You need 2 or 3. And that's it. This transfer window has just shown you that we are a bang average team. And that's it. And that's all I need to say. So also, what have we learned? That's something that I need to ask Spurs fans. What have we actually learned? We learned that we can pass the ball and we can pass the ball very well. Yeah, cool. But what we have definitely learned, definitely from what we've seen today, is that Tottenham Hotspur, front line, unfortunately, down the wings, we are looking awful. Son looks awful right now. He can't get past his man. When it's a back to 4, very tight, he struggles. We were so reliant on Maddison, who, I have to be honest, was our best player. 110% watching back the game. And Johnson's absolutely useless. Like I said, explained earlier today. Absolutely useless. Another thing as well, our defence, we just crumbled. We just lost our composure. Unfortunately, we just lost our composure completely. And this is where the doubts are coming from at the moment, is that the midfield is showing how bad it is. And when I said that I trust Højbjerg in who we've let go of, it's embarrassing I'm saying this, because why should I be saying this when he's bang average? And we're gladly letting go. He's not good enough for our club. No, he isn't. But he would have not accepted that. He would have said something to some players and that's it. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. And then the defence, I'm sorry, people keep on telling me that Udogi's the best left back going. He loses the ball all the time. And that's it. He looks shaky. And I'm sorry, I've got to have some question marks on our defence as well, because Vardy knew why. You know why Vardy was saying, I'm fit for this game, because he fancy it against those two centre-backs. I fancy it. I really do fancy it. I think I've got to fancy my chances against those 2 centre-backs. Because if I can really get to their heads, I can really get in there. And that's it. And he should have won the game for Leicester. It was thanks to Vicario, again, saving us again. But just overall, just showing us again what we're all about. And the subs are not good enough. I'm sorry. Like, Werner. I mean, we've just got nobody that just... It's just all passing around. And the only player that looks like he can just think of something, just do something out of the ordinary, is Maddison. And that's it. No one looks to go past their man. No one looks to scare the opposition. And when a player goes past a few players, then players start to get drawn, the opposition gets drawn to you. And that's it. And no one does that. And it was the same old thing last season. Yet, I'll give Solanke some credit. He runs around the ball. He runs around and tries to find space and trying to get other players into play. I see it. But there's just no ruthlessness about us. And this is what I complained about. And I stick by what I say. Other teams, I've watched West Ham, I've watched Aston Villa. They look a tighter team. Like to play on the counter sometimes as well. West Ham trying to change the way they're playing as well. But they will cause us loads of problems. The top teams are going to cause us loads of problems. Even if we're playing good football, we'll have good spells, definitely. But those good spells will be trounced by us defending. And thus not taking our chances, which again was crucial today as well. So, you've seen the same thing from last season. Which is why I said nothing's changed. Nothing's changed whatsoever. So I don't understand why people are saying we were better than last season. It's a confusion to me. Nothing's changed. Son, that's supposed to be our captain. I told you he's not a captain. See, the truth hurts. I'm disappointed about some of these Tottenham fans, even the ones that I support. Don't invite me on their shows, but they all knew I was talking the truth. They all knew. Because they weren't saying it before. They were ostracizing me before. But who's the truth now? Who's the truth now? Like I said before, I told you. I told you that this was what was happening. I told you. Like I said, I haven't proved my point yet. Because this guy, Ange Postecoglou, you can see the reality is kicking in right now. And I told you, I don't see this ball backing him when this fan base turn. I do not see it. That's when I'll start to see whether this is real or not. And like my boy Dan says, same Tottenham, different day. But what did I do? I did something else. Because I'm not going to be watching the same old story every single time. Because nothing changes at Tottenham, like I said before. And that's not negative. That's just the truth. And if you don't learn the truth, if you don't learn it, I don't need to say too much and that's it. All I will say is this. If you want to start saying to me being negative, remember the time when Bill Nicholson was at our club? You wouldn't be saying that he was negative and he was telling the truth to most of the players. And what did they do? Win trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy. Because they knew, yeah, you can play great football, but if you don't score your chances, if you haven't got that arrogance and that swag and that bottle, you ain't winning nothing. And that's it. And that's what the problem is. We've got too many nice guys at our club. Too many nice guys in that team. And that don't help the youngsters. You saw Vicario having a guy at Burval, and he's shrugging his shoulder. That's not an arrogant player. A player will say, I'll show you. I'll show you. Which is why I wanted Ivan Toney. But we don't like the arrogance. We don't like the swag. That's the problem with our club. We don't know. We don't see it. And that's it. Today, you could have made a storyboard about it and said the same thing that I saw last season as well. We talk a good game, but we don't do nothing about it. And that's it. And we got to start learning because other teams are watching this and saying, well, if Leicester City can do that, we just need to do the same thing that they've done and that's it. So get yourself strapped in. Get yourself strapped in because this is going to be a long season for Tottenham Hotspur and that's it. So all those people that are making predictions that were so really silly, well, where's your receipts now, bro? Where's your receipts now? Nowhere. Courtesy of your boy, Mr. Box Office. That's Mr. Box Office unleashed on this result, and that's it. I don't know when you're going to see me again, but you'll see me soon. Because, like I said before, I'm on the beach, like some of these Tottenham players are going to be on the beach this season, and that's it. And how many days is it till Ange leaves? Oh, well, you work it out for yourself till the end of the season, and that's it. And that's all I need to say. On the result, showing Tottenham fans, maybe they didn't need to unleash too early. Stop showing off yourselves too early. And stop talking yourselves too early. Like Ange Postecoglou, and that's it. And as always, if you didn't know, get to know, support your boy, Mr. Box Office, subscribe and like, and come on you Spurs. And I'm out.